How's it? Today is October 30th. It's Big Friday, the last Big Friday of the month, and this is probably the best day I've had in the last 2 years, if I'm being realistic. I didn't snatch a PR and I didn't clean and jerk a PR, but I did technically do a snatch and a total PR. So today's goal was to just do a couple singles, couple attempts, quote unquote, at 100, and then a couple attempts at 130. So my goal in moving into it was just to warm up properly and make sure that I was moving well before I got to like around 90 or so. And I think I did a good job with that. So when I reached 100, I was able to hit both of the first two attempts, and the third attempt was, I think, a better try than the second attempt was. It's just that I wasn't able to save it. But overall, like, I don't remember the last time I've done 100 from the ground, like 100 snatch from the ground. Um, and with that in mind, like, even snatching 100 from the hang must have been last year, like, last September or so. So that's really a big positive for me because I think that the hangs are a little bit easier in general. And so getting 100 from the floor two times or two and a half, right, is very positive for me. So I went 80, 88, then 95, and then 100. So I didn't have to do 90. That's my last warm up, and then my attempts here. I was very happy with that attempt. This one was a little sketchy. I think I would give myself a press out on my left arm on that one, but it's really hard to see from this angle. And then that was a better attempt. It's just I didn't convert at the end. Overall, I'm still really happy with that. I don't think I've ever done actually multiple singles of 100 on the single day. Like actually, I don't think I've ever done that. So me doing two and almost doing three is a really big um, confidence booster for me. Then I moved into the clean and jerk warm up, and for this I tried my best to just focus on extending through my legs for the clean so that I would give myself the best chance of actually hitting the jerk. So I was doing that, and then I also did that little pause in the dip to make sure that my weight is over the midfoot better than it was in the past. And I do think that it has helped quite a bit. I think that my consistency has been getting a lot better. Last week I had the issue of kind of my hips going back, but the bar still going forward. This week my hips don't stay as nearly as back as they were last week, but just the overall bar path is just a lot better. So here we are at 100. That was probably the shortest dip I've had the whole day. All the other ones just get increasingly lower. A little bit about this little platform. So this is the sixth platform that they added in at standard strength, and it doesn't quite have weights. And there's actually jerk blocks in front of it, so it's a little feels a little cramped, but it is what it is. I actually chose this platform because I know in the past the sun has been giving my videos a little bit of an issue with the backlighting. So there, I second guessed my dip there. You can see I kind of paused longer than I wanted to. And then here's my last warm-up set at 125. This is a weight that a couple weeks ago I think I only made one out of 3, and so making this as my last warm-up was uh, a pretty good feeling for me. You can see there that the bar did go a little bit forward, but not as much as it was last week in my opinion. And so here's my first attempt at 130. Just that clean just took everything out of me, so I was standing at the top here like, oh god, I can't breathe. And I knew I wasn't gonna make that jerk, but I gave myself the best chance I could. And then these next 2 cleans are a lot better. As far as timing goes, I don't think like technically the clean was as good because I was a little bit behind, but yeah, so that jerk was a lot better. I was very happy with that. You can see how tired I was, and I still have to do one more attempt here. Clean was a little bit better. I have this weird issue where my upper back feels like it's rounding. Well, it looks like it's rounding. It doesn't feel like it's rounding as I pull from the ground. And then that jerk was the best jerk I did the whole day, at least above the 125-ish. And then after that, I was tasked with going up to a heavy set of 1 on the front squat. I didn't have a goal in mind, so I went to 295. These are in pound plates, and I thought that was pretty easy. So I was like, okay, like I can just push to 315 because that would seem like a good single for me. But I failed, and it wasn't like I watched a video earlier. It was 295. Look how quick that was. And then 315, I just dumped the weight for some reason. Like I didn't even start to roll over or collapse, but it is what it is. And then I went 15% down from the 295 as my total weight, as my top weight. So 250 for 3 triples. These are all pretty easy. They all felt pretty good. And I think as far as my upper back goes, I haven't been feeling that issue too much lately. I basically ice it every day, and I kind of do some stretches, but I don't actively try to improve that upper back pain that I was feeling a couple months ago. So I'm pretty fortunate for that. To end it off, we finished with 2 accessories, just real lightweight pull-ups with a stretch at the bottom, and then some abs. I chose to do hanging leg raises. But yeah, it's a PR total for today, and that's very, 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 very big for me. I'm very proud of how I performed today. Thank you for watching, and shoots.